You're right down to the guts of it right here, friends. 31-30. Nebraska will go for two.
The final minute of the final game of the 1983 season.
Fryer split to the right. Going for two. Hill takes, looks, rolls, throws. Deflected away! Deflected away! Miami leads 31-30. They tried for two and didn't make it.
College football took on new dimensions of suspense, excitement, and drama in 1983. After more than 1,100 games played by more than 5,000 athletes, it took a last-second deflection in the final game of the season to decide who was number one. Skill, strategy, and even surprise were still vital to success, but so tight were the scores, so critical every play, that one burst of brilliance could make the difference between victory and defeat. College football became more than ever a game of effort, a game of luck, a game of inches. College Football Review 1983 is sponsored by the Navy, where you can get technical training for specialized jobs, Navy jobs. From electronics to aeronautics, the Navy. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
Navy missile exercise, Atlantic range.
10025
Your target, over. The Navy. Over 75% of our jobs give you technical training. Get one.
Target's turning starboard outbound, over.
2, 1. Fire. Birds away.
Navy. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.
College football's 115th year began without its greatest runner, Herschel Walker, most prolific passer, John Elway, or winningest coach, Bear Bryant. But finding replacements for these all-time greats focused attention on other coaches, passers, and especially lightning-quick runners.
This is Greg Allen. You know the reason why I like to block for him so much? Is because he's so fast. See what I mean?
Florida State's Greg Allen was just one of a great set of young backs who could run like the wind and dominate an entire defense. Football games across the nation became track meets, and in the Midwest, Notre Dame's sophomore Alan Pinkett helped the Irish outgain every team they played, including their first win over Southern California in 7 years. No back was more valuable to his team than Napoleon McCallum was to Navy. McCallum was a game plan and a gold helmet, gaining more yards than all other Navy backs put together, and leading college football in all-purpose yardage. In the South, the battle cry was a pitch, a block, and watch Bo go. Auburn's dazzling sophomore Vincent Bo Jackson, with 4 scoring runs over 55 yards, was college football's long-distance burner in '83. As the runners kept the defenses bunched together, the passing game became more proficient. more than 53% of all passes thrown were completed, an all-time NCAA record. Coaches were looking to a more controlled passing attack, satisfied with 5 to 7 yards and not demanding a touchdown on every toss. Master of this precision passing was Steve Young, who, believe it or not, was recruited by Brigham Young University as a defensive back, then went on to throw 56 career touchdowns and set 14 NCAA records, including single-season total offense. Young simply stood in his backfield and aimed darts more efficiently than any passer in the history of college football. While Steve Young was a record-setting passer, Doug Flutie looked more like the team manager in shoulder pads. Only 5'9", Flutie was the East's magician with a football, pulling tricks on unsuspecting defenses and leading an emerging power from Boston College to its second consecutive bowl. When Nebraska attacks a defense, it was usually one of 3 outstanding athletes pulling the trigger. As starting quarterback, Turner Gill did not lose a Big 8 game in 3 years. When he craved the long bomb, he pitched to the Big 8's most dangerous threat, Irving Fryar. But Fryar the Flyer and the skill of Gill were far from Nebraska's only weapons. There was also the fear of Rozier. Mike Rozier worked hard to become only the second collegian ever to run for over 2,000 yards in a single season. His 29 touchdowns tied an all-time record, and he won the Heisman Trophy as college football's finest player. Together, Gill, Fryar, and Rozier formed the most awesome scoring machine in the history of college football. They demolished defending national champion Penn State and paraded through a regular season undefeated and untied. A season when many experts would compare them with the greatest teams of all time. For each of the past 2 years, they had come within 1 game of winning it all. To Mike Rozier, this team had a singular goal in '83.
The national championship. We came close 2 years in a row and we lost them. They said we're the best team in the country, so let's go out and prove it and win every ball game.
Set Special C and anchor detail.
Right standard rudder.
Right standard rudder aye.
Port of call, Hong Kong.
Sir, combat hold skunk
The
Alpha
Navy.
report.
Over 75% of our jobs give you technical training. Get one.
Let go of the anchor.
Liberty call now, Liberty call.
Speak to your recruiter or call this toll-free number. Navy. It's not just a job, it's an adventure.